Hi Beauty Fam, today I'm going to be talking about some new perfume or new to me perfume that I picked up at a Nordstrom fragrance and beauty skincare event. So if you're interested in seeing my unboxing and talking about the two different perfumes that I got, then keep watching. Okay, and remember to subscribe, comment, and like below. Helps out engagement on my channel. And with that out of the way, let's begin, Beauty Fam. So I am trying a new setup right now. Actually, I'm using a new microphone. So let me know, Beauty Fam, if you can hear the levels. Nordstrom had a fragrance and beauty event. It was actually a day before I was going to leave out of town. And I went to the store and I actually canceled my reservation because I just thought I was going to be too busy packing, because I'm one of those last minute packers and then I get anxiety about all those things. And then so I was at Nordstrom to actually get a travel set from Varley, and I was about to leave, and then like 5 o'clock is when the event started that I had initially signed up for. And then they had a DJ and I started hearing the music and I'm like, oh my gosh, I signed up for that event. Maybe I should just go down and see what's happening. So I went downstairs, and this is at Nordstrom again. And for those of you who don't know, I live in the Seattle area, and Nordstrom actually is based here out of Seattle. So I went downstairs and they had a full-on DJ spinning. They had people coming in, registering. So it was basically an event I had never seen before, and it was kind of a big deal for them. I have serious FOMO, fear of missing out. And I was like, I'm just gonna tops 10 minutes, just walk around really quick to see what's going on. Well, I instantly had remorse and regret about canceling my ticket. So I quickly went online and I'm like, maybe I can get it back. Well, it had closed by then. So I'm like, well, let me just look, because they have some freebies. And then moreover, what I'm seeing is that the fragrance is 20% off. And so of course they had special kind of events and kind of giveaways at the perfume counters. I met the sales associate for Byredo, and they had a really small display compared to the one downtown in Seattle, but they had enough of a special kind of Byredo kiosk or gondola, whatever they call it. And the sales associate was such a sweetheart. I forget their name. They were telling me, they're like, well, what's your favorite Byredo perfume? And I said, Bal d'Afrique. And then he was like, oh, have you tried the new Bal d'Afrique? And I'm like, well, there's a new one. So apparently Bal d'Afrique is the original, and they came out with a new one, Bal d'Afrique Absolu. And I don't know French too well, so I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Bal d'Afrique Absolu de Perfume is a new formulation, and I'll read the description, what it says here. Bal d'Afrique Absolu reimagines the iconic scent of Bal d'Afrique scent with a more gourmand intensity, heightening the contrast between vibrant lightness and addictive depth, paying tribute to Africa's rich cultural impact on music, dance, and art. The reinterpretation elevates the gourmand notes of Bal d'Afrique to an addictive level, all surrounding a heart of sweet praline. Notes of bergamot, lemon, and blackcurrant offer a bold vibrance before melting into praline, sweet musks, and violet. The woody blend of cedar, vetiver adds depth and drama to the base, with warm black amber extending the gourmand push of praline right to the very end. So the original Bal d'Afrique is more floral with medium intensity, and this perfume is considered genderless. And that's what I do like about Byredo, is that their perfume doesn't have to be a specific gender. I just think that the scents are just really beautiful. They evoke kind of memories, or kind of what you might think of being in a certain place at a certain time. And that's what Byredo, I think, means, like a remembrance of a time and a space and a place. The top notes are bergamot, black amber, blackcurrant, and lemon. And then the heart of it is musks, praline, and violet. And the base is cedarwood and vetiver. Whereas the original Bal d'Afrique has top notes of bachu, African marigold, bergamot, and blackcurrant. The heart is cyclamen, jasmine petals, violet, and the base tonka bean absolute, cedarwood, musks, and vetiver. This is the original Bal d'Afrique that I had. And I think I want to say I got this probably last year, and I have about half of it, more than half. I would say 1/3 of it is gone, but part of it is that I actually decanted some of this into a travel perfume atomizer. I love the way this smells. It has very much like a full body. I love to wear this in the autumn and the winter. And the times I've worn this, people, if they have smelled it on me, they were like, "Ooh, you smell really good." And I usually, I'm not so much of a big perfume person, but Byredo has me in a chokehold. I don't know what it is about their scents, but I just really love it. So I would say the closest it reminds me of, it really reminds me a lot of like a better version of Bal d'Afrique, the original, but it's almost if Bal d'Afrique and Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540 had a baby. So there's almost a sweetness to this Absolu formula. So of course I got it. And this is the package. And I actually haven't opened it, not because I wanted to do an unboxing, but rather like I went away for vacation and then actually went on a trip really quick. So I just haven't had time really much to film. He was so sweet. He said, because we're having an event, you usually have a gift with purchase. So I bought this, and normally this is $2.90, and then they had 20% off at Nordstrom during this event. So I was like, I'm gonna get the 50 ml. I think it's beautiful. Threw in this Byredo Blanche. I think it's perfume as well. So let's open that. Super cute. Again, that's that container where I don't think it comes with an atomizer. Blanche is also genderless. It's a little bit more florally and medium intensity. And it reminds me a little bit more of like a Joan Malone style, like very fresh. Like this is something I would wear during a daytime sunny day event with like a sundress. So beautiful. Musk, sandalwood, peony violet, aldehyde rose scents as well. So I will use this, but I will probably have to put it again in an atomizer. He's like, "Can I throw in one more gift with purchase?" I'm like, "Of course you can." And so he like came up to me and like he was handing me the bag of my purchase, and he's like, "Do you want this one or this one? I'll let you pick." And I was just like, I was the end of the day. I was like, I shouldn't really be here. I need to get going. I was just kind of overwhelmed, and I was like, I'm not sure. And then he looked at me. He's like, "You can have both of them." So he actually gave me more gifts with purchase, and I won't unbox these right now. He ended up giving me the perfume La Tulip, Alto Astral, and Mojave Ghost. I did open this because the Bal d'Afrique Absolu perfume, the new one, was in a sample size, Desert Dawn and Mojave. And because I was been traveling, I actually took this Bal d'Afrique Absolute version with me because I didn't have time to decant or even open this yet. So I actually took this small one traveling with me, and I used probably half of it already. It's that gorgeous. I just think it's such a beautiful scent. To me, it reminds me really of Bal d'Afrique and Francis Kurkdjian if they had a baby. I really do appreciate Byredo. They always make sure there's plastic covering on it, make sure that you know that no one else has opened it. It's like a new product. Again, sorry for the noise. Love the packaging. Again, they put a sticker here so you know it has not been opened, and it comes in this container. And then I think Byredo's based in Europe. It says Stockholm and London. And then it looks like this perfume is made in Spain. Really pretty. It has the raised lettering here, the sticker that is unbroken. So it was sealed, so you can see if it's opened or not. And here is the perfume. Even the coloring is different than the original. It's actually, it looks a little bit more yellow. And it comes with a little booklet. Creativity is about expressing your individuality, embracing the unexpected, and finding beauty in the unconventional. So it's a little booklet about Byredo, what it means, about the founder, and then their perfume and the packaging. A little book. It's very, very cute. Very like artsy, I would say. It's pretty cool. And then I guess they go through each of the different perfumes and the smells of what they evoke. I really actually appreciate this. I don't think the last time I opened up my Byredo perfume, it came with this. And for some of you know, I'll put below and above here and below, I have a Byredo playlist of the makeup from Byredo. I absolutely love their, I'm just gonna grab it because I have it on my top shelf. This is how much I love it. I love their 18 pan eyeshadows. And actually this year was the first year I didn't keep the one I got. I didn't like the Vesuvio palette. I actually did not open it because I saw that they're having a version that's similar but deeper. Those shades were not something I would use normally, but these are probably my most used eyeshadows in my entire collection lately. They're just so elegant. You can use a light version. Let me just open up. This is Bibliophilia. Really cool tone on this side, warm tone on this. And this is Mineralscapes. And this, I loved this one when it came out last year. I'm gonna be careful because these are sometimes very delicate. So very beautiful eyeshadows. And at some point I really liked their lipstick, but lipsticks turn after a while. But the packaging, I have them somewhere. I kept them just for the packaging where it was very heavy and metal. And I think that's probably it in terms of Byredo that I have. But here is the perfume. What's different is this top area. The regular Byredo has just kind of a glossy top. Embody deep intensity and transformation. The textured cap, inspired by yakisugi, the Japanese art of charring wood, opens to reveal the silver and gold atomizer spray, complementing the bottle's elemental design and the clean curves of the glass that showcase the intense color of the fragrance within. So here is the top. You're right, it's two different tones, silver and gold, the atomizer, and this is different. So there's actually etching on with the atomizer. Byredo Eau de Parfum Vaporized Atelier Natural Spray. It generally has a B on the top, you can see, but there's not etching on the original. And what's new of the Byredo perfumes is actually they put Byredo on the bottle, and they did not have that before. I don't know if you can see. And on my bucket list for quite a long time was this perfume, and you could probably guess which one it is, like the most famous one out of this brand. Maison Francis Kurkdjian Paris. So this perfume is pretty spendy, and my hack, my workaround for this perfume was kind of a short-term hack. So I think I got this, I want to say I bought this from Selfridges. Sometimes Selfridges, and this is pre like tariffs, sometimes Selfridges will actually have products that actually are priced a little bit cheaper just because I don't know why, but at some point, I think I had Selfridges global shipping, and then they had a sale. And then they had on sale the Maison Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540 scented body oil. Now, this is not the perfume, but rather a body oil. And for me, I'm like, I'll just take whatever I can get because I love this smell. So it doesn't last as long as perfume, but it was my short-term fix. I've had this probably over 3 years, and I've used it quite a lot, and it's still half full. So that was kind of my workaround. I ended up getting the body oil because it was just a lot, I would say not cheap, but cheaper than the perfume. So the scented body oil, this product here retails at this time $125. So I think at the time I bought it 3 years ago, it might have been even a little less expensive, plus the sale discount at Selfridges at the time. And I just love this perfume. Some people really love it and some people don't. Sometimes people think it's too cloyingly sweet, but I think it's the most intoxicating, gorgeous perfume I've ever smelled. And it does have I can see why some people say it smells like cotton candy, but really gets me, and I just know what I like is like I like musks, and I like things that smell a little bit genderless, and or when there's notes of saffron, I'm kind of a sucker. So this has saffron, and saffron done well, it can be done beautifully, and it has notes of saffron. I just love this. So if you're looking for kind of like a more affordable option and you really want Maison Francis Kurkdjian perfume, Baccarat Rouge 540, try the oil. So for years, it's been like 3 or 4 years that this has been on my bucket list to get. So since it was on sale, I went for it. So there's this La Rose, this sample here is one perfume. Kurkdjian, Kurky. The last one I can show you is this one. And then in the sample pack was actually the Baccarat Rouge 540 Extrait, the one I ended up buying. And for me, this is like hitting gold because I, again, love samples, obviously because it's extra perfume, but moreover, I can use these sample sizes as ways to travel. So I actually, I put it in the in the card just for this video, but again, I've been traveling, so I actually took this with me traveling, and I didn't use too much of it. To me, it's very like a sparingly kind of perfume. I don't like to use too much of it just because it's so strong, and I think just one, maybe two spritzes is enough. A profusion and a fusion of the elements that can only be tamed by the art of the perfumer and time-tested wisdom. The Extrait de Parfum amplifies the strength and radiance of a woody, amber, and floral breeze, enhanced by jasmine blossoms and woody musks, an alchemy of the senses. The fourth sample they gave me was actually the regular Rouge 540, the non-extrait. And so I grabbed that, and the last couple times my sister visited, I had been wearing, again, this perfume, the oil, and she was like, it smells so good. And so when I saw my sister, I said, hey, I got samples. I'm like, here, I got you that perfume you mentioned you like. So here it is, you can try it as a gift. So I gave that to her, and she was really thankful. So I'm glad I got to give that to her because, I mean, I don't need it anymore. I have this, and then she gets to try the perfume and enjoy that. Okay, so the travel version is 1.2 ounces for retailing $320. But then again, I got this at 20% off. Still a very expensive purchase. And I normally, again, would not have bought this, but this is probably the lowest I've seen it in years. And I've been pretty much stalking websites whenever they have a sale like Saks or whatever, like Selfridges. And the price has never really gone down. And in fact, because of the economy, luxuries, like including makeup and luxury perfume, has gone up. Comes in, again, packaging, and I think all good perfume should be sealed this way, just so you know that it hasn't been tampered with. The box, beautiful etching of, I'm assuming, is probably the house it comes from. That is the beautiful red packaging, Extrait de Parfum. Okay, so the difference, according to a Google search, the Baccarat 540 Extrait is 40% oil, is denser, warmer, and more almond forward version of the lady version, which is 25% oil. And so it offers longer lasting scent and deeper, woodier scent profile. It's definitely more rich than the regular perfume. And this is the one that generally people really like to get. This is made in France, and it comes with a spray. Okay, so we're gonna open, that's the bottle, like the logo of Francis Kurkdjian KK. I'm so excited. I've been wanting this perfume for a really long time. Okay, so it comes with this tab here. I'm gonna pull it out. Oh, beautiful. Wow. Oh. That is gorgeous. I'm just gonna pick it up, and it's not really, I think it's because I'm studio lighting. There we go. It's definitely very red. It is such a sexy bottle. There we go. You can see the KK logo here. The bottle is all red. It's got this almost like gold plating, although I don't think it's real gold. This is a gold top with the logo. Oh my gosh, so beautiful. The top is very heavy. Oh, I love it. Oh my gosh, I just can't. I need to spray some of this right now. Oh, it's just beautiful. So if you are ever in a Nordstrom or get a chance to smell this perfume, it's one of the most popular perfumes. Okay, so on the website, the olfactory notes are floral, ambery, and woody. Cashmeran, also called cashmere wood, is in there. Ambroxan, jasmine, and saffron. And I would say, like, there's definitely proprietary things in there. They're not going to tell you the formula because that's their intellectual property, but either way, that is their perfume. The last thing I want to share with you is that because I bought this perfume, I had not signed up for the event. And when you signed up, you got a wristband, and they had like free mixed drinks. And I wasn't about to drink because I had to go home and drive, and also like have several hours of packing. So I didn't have FOMO about that. But they did have like these nice cookies. I think I might have taken a picture. I'll show you if I if I can find them. There were cookies made out of like, there were cookies with like foundation, like they looked like foundation cookies basically, but edible. And then as soon as you walked in, they actually handed you a gift bag. So as soon as I bought these products, both the sales associates are like, "Did you get a gift bag yet?" I'm like, "No, I actually didn't sign up." They're like, "You just dropped quite a pretty penny on perfume. We're just gonna get you a gift bag." And they ended up giving me this like cute little swag bag, and it's like a really big tote. Actually, I've gotten totes from Nordstrom before, but they've been smaller, and it's really cute. It's like a really big. It looks like a beach bag, essentially. And it's got the Nordstrom Beauty on there. It's really cute. So, so cute. I'll be using this. I love a good tote. And the other thing is, they said because I had spent they had another raffle thing going on. And because for every X amount a person spends on perfume, you would get a certain number of raffle tickets. And I showed her how much I had spent at Byredo, and this is the Francis Kurkdjian sales associate. She's like, "Oh, you spent X amount of dollars for perfume. That's going to entitle you for 3 raffle tickets." And I'm like, "Oh, what's the raffle ticket for?" She's like, "Oh, there's prizes throughout the day." And I'm like, "Well, I have to leave. I can't, stick around for like them to draw. Like I just happen to be here like last minute." And she's like, "Don't worry, just put your name in and we'll put your name and number." And I did not think about it. Like I went away for the weekend for a family event, a reunion day, and then I got a call and a text that they pulled my name for a raffle prize. And it was such an exciting thing. Like I, again, was not planning any of this. I just, I've had a really, really hard year, and I haven't posted that video yet because it's really hard for me, to be quite honest. It was basically me talking about why I quit YouTube for close to a year and personal stuff that's going on with me. So that's all to say. It's not a pity party. I'm just like sharing with you. I don't share too much of my personal stuff on this channel, but I do it because, a lot of you were wondering like what happened. But my parents had passed away close to each other, and it's been one heck of a hard year. I'm still grieving. I'm not crying now because I'm having a good moment, obviously, but as some of you know, grief, it's very non-linear. Like one moment or one day you can be fine, and the next, like it can be terrible. Actually, I had 2 moments today where I was like crying, missing my parents, but right now I'm fine. But, it doesn't mean that I don't miss them. So it's been such a hard year. And what I've really learned is to really enjoy and, really enjoy the moments I have with myself and my family and the people that I love the most. That's the last thing I'm going to show on this video before I sign out. And the exit. But basically the prize came in this. And when I went to pick it up, I was like, "Did you guys get me something from Tiffany's?" They're like, no, this is just the box it comes in. So I kept the Tiffany's box because who doesn't want a Tiffany's box? Like I've never bought anything from Tiffany's. So the prize that I won came in the Tiffany's box. And then I will show you a video of me picking it up, and the sales associate, basically she goes through what I ended up winning from this raffle. And then I'll put like the cost. I tallied the cost of the worth of the prizes in there, and it was it's a nice raffle prize. Just a quick note before I show you me picking up the raffle prize. I ended up filming that pickup from the sales associate on my iPhone. So it's actually going to be not horizontal. It was shot this way just so you're not disconcerted of like, why is it filmed that way? So I didn't shoot horizontal because it was a surprise to me, but just so know that my format is usually horizontal, but because I shot it with my handheld, my cell, it's going to be a little bit narrower, but you can still enjoy the reveal of what was in the raffle prize.
Here, I'm at Nordstrom's. Here's what I got. What?
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I'm gonna say just this guy here is $325. So
what is it?
Just this. So it's a niacinamide serum, which actually helps to shrink your pores.
Okay,
it
I
helps
didn't
with
know
brightness. This is amazing. You got English Pear and Freesia. This
love
is their body
that
gel.
scent.
You got a Chanel lip gloss. You got MAC makeup removers. You got a Slip eye mask. You got a this is like a mosquito repellent. You got the U Beauty.
I was just
yeah.
looking at this. I wanted to try it.
So there's lots of goodies in
Oh
here.
my gosh, thank you
wait, there's
so
extra
much.
stuff down here too. You also got some slip hair ties, and you got Play to Pose lip color in 202.
Yay!
Bam.
Thank you so much.
I know.
I hope that was fun talking about fragrance. This is a beauty channel, and I do talk about mostly skincare and makeup, but it's occasionally perfume. And so I hope that was fun for you, talking about Byredo and Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat 540 Extrait and the raffle prize that I won. If you haven't already, remember to subscribe, click all to get notifications of when my videos are live. Liking and commenting helps out engagement on my channel. And as always, please be very kind with yourself and others, and just be you. Until the next video, beauty fam, take good care of yourself. Bye.